First Kings 21 to 22, Ahab wanted Naboth's vineyard, but he wouldn't give it to him, as this was precious to him as a family inheritance. Jezebel saw Ahab pouting about it and set up Naboth to be killed. That's just plain wicked. What a wicked woman. Ahab is responsible for his own actions, but Jezebel influenced him greatly in an evil way. Reminds me of the song, "If ever the devil was born without a pair of horns, it was you, Jezebel, it was you." Elijah confronted Ahab and said he and his household, including Jezebel, would die. Ahab actually put on sackcloth and ashes in humility, and God said because of this, the evil wouldn't happen until his son's days. Amazing mercy, God. Jehoshaphat, good king from Judah, foolishly teamed up with Ahab to fight Aram. Ahab's false prophets told them they would be victorious. Jehoshaphat wanted to hear from a true prophet of God, and Micah, sure enough, said Ahab would die and Israel would be defeated, which did happen. Dogs licked Ahab's blood from his chariot in the same place Naboth had been killed. Direct fulfillment of Elijah's prophecy to Ahab. Nobody gets away with sin. Ahab's son, Ahaziah, became king and approached Jehoshaphat to team up with him. Jehoshaphat declined, apparently having learned his lesson. He should have never gotten mixed up with Ahab to begin with. We all need to be wise in our close associations. Bad company corrupts good character. There is no true fellowship between darkness and light. Luke chapter 23, verses 26 through 56, as Jesus was led away to be crucified, they recruited Simon of Cyrene to help carry his cross, as apparently he was too beaten down to do so. Women were mourning and lamenting him, and he said they should weep for themselves, not him. Quoting Hosea 10:8, "Then they will say to the mountains, cover us, and to the hills, fall on us," referring to Israel being taken into exile by Assyria, a reminder of God's judgment for rejecting him. We see a similar quote in Revelation 6:16, "And they said to the mountains and to the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the presence of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb," as those in the tribulation experience the wrath of God in the sixth seal. Jesus may have been referring to the fact that in about 40 years, Jerusalem and the temple would be destroyed by the Romans. Jesus seems to be warning of a Christ-rejecting world and the judgment and wrath that comes with it. We are experiencing this right now ourselves. He was crucified at the place called the Skull. It seems as though the carvings in the mount looked much like a skull, with a criminal on each side of him. Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing." Oh, the mercy of our great God and Savior. They cast lots for his garments, fulfillment of prophecy. Rulers sneered at him and said, "He saved others, let him save himself if this is the Christ of God, his chosen one." He is still saving others. The soldiers mocked him, saying, "If you are the King of the Jews, save yourself." The King of the Jews came to save mankind. An inscription above him said, "This is the King of the Jews." Surely this was put there to rib the Jews, but indeed it was true. One criminal hurled abuse at him, saying, "Are you not the Christ? Save yourself and us." The other criminal rebuked him, saying, "Do you not even fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? And we indeed are suffering justly, for we are receiving what we deserve for our deeds, but this man has done nothing wrong." And he was saying, "Jesus, remember me when you come in your kingdom." And Jesus said to him, "Truly I say to you, today you shall be with me in paradise." He got it right there on the cross, on his deathbed, and Christ saved him. Do you get it? Darkness fell on the land. The veil was torn in two, opening up the way for us to come to God's presence through Christ's sacrifice. Jesus breathed his last and said, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." A centurion spoke, "Certainly this man was innocent." Some in the crowd seemed to gloat while others mourned. Joseph of Arimathea asked for Jesus' body and laid him in his tomb. Oh, what a dramatic scene. And note the different responses and reactions to it all. What is yours? What have you done with Jesus?